Hello, this is Kanisha with your Divine Masculine reading. We are going to be jumping into really just seeing what is going on with the Divine Masculine lately, what he wants you to know, what he wants to share with you, what he's moving through, what he is thinking about you, and what he is feeling about you. I want to just jump right in and get into this message because it feels urgent. It feels like there's just a lot that he just genuinely just wants you to know about him in this moment in time. So definitely grab your tea or a coffee, find a place to relax, and just settle right in, and we will get into what the Divine Masculine wants his Divine Feminine to know. So the first card that we have is Look Forward. So the Divine Masculine is really looking forward to just being in his union with his Divine Feminine. He's really looking forward to the future. He's looking forward to just this version of himself where he is really standing in his power, where he feels very just healed and where he feels like he can move forward away from his past, away from this old version of himself that just is not working anymore. This old version of himself where he was moving out of fear and out of lack and out of just scarcity and just being really scared of just moving forward with his Divine Feminine. But he's really looking forward to just going into that now and embracing the new possibilities that he could have with his Divine Feminine. He's also working on keeping his commitments to himself and to his Divine Feminine. There's just this energy of that he really just wants to really show up authentically and really show up in the way that he says he's going to. He wants to really honor his commitments in every way, whether it really feels like there's a lot of commitments around work and just like really committing to himself, becoming the version of him that he wants to be. Like I'm really hearing like he's working on learning how to respond and not to react to things. He's also learning how to commit to taking care of himself, knowing that the only way he can really pour into his Divine Feminine and those around him is by taking care of him. So he's learning how to keep his commitments. Like I'm seeing him like working out, eating better, drinking water, getting the sleep that he needs, really focusing on just keeping commitments that are going to really honor his everyday schedule so that he can just show up in the way that he needs to. The next card that we have is Letting Go and Enjoy. He's really getting into this place where like he's feeling good because he's keeping his commitments and he's looking forward into what God has for him. But he also knows that he's having to let go of some things and he's actually finding joy in letting go of the things that no longer serves him. He's also finding joy in how powerful he feels in letting go of these things. He really feels that he is stepping into this new life and he's ready to enjoy it. He's ready to just be who he knows that he's meant to be. Like he's really feeling this fresh new beginning. I'm getting this like version of this Divine Masculine who's like feeling himself. Like he's like, I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I have to offer. And I'm going to show up in my power instead of showing up in fear. Because he was really working from a very wounded child energy. So he's learning to let go of that woundedness and being open to just opening his heart fully and completely. He's really been thinking things through. That's the next card here. He's been thinking through all the ways that he has been showing up in the past. He can feel it. He knows that he's probably hurt his Divine Feminine in the way that he showed up, but he just wants you to know, Divine Feminine, that was never his intention. Like he has never, ever intended to hurt you in any type of way. His desire is just to deeply love you. And so he's really thinking through on how he just showed up in the past, and it's inspired him to show up differently. It's inspired him to heal. He is really healing because he desires to just be the man that you need him to be, but he also desires to be the man that he needed in his life. He is really working on being the role model and just the mentor and the leader that he needed in his life. I also see that there's a few of them who really wanting to step into that power because they had a really strong masculine in their life that they look up to. They're just like, wow, like I really desire to make an impact like this man did in my life. So they're really growing in their thought process. They're growing in their mentality, just this maturity in their mental state. I'm not even gonna, like, this energy is very sexy. I'm like, that's how I feel. Like, it's like, ooh, like this masculine is really stepping into his Divine Masculine energy. And he really feels inspired by that because he can feel his Divine Feminine healing. Like he knows that he is meant to partner with her in this space. He desires to show up and He's really starting to just bust out of that cocoon that he's been in. He's kind of been in hermit mode for a long time. And he's really to just like step out of that and just step into what God has for him. He's ready to show up. He's ready to really just be in his commitments. He's ready to just be this strong man, but also know that he is safe to be authentic and he's safe to be vulnerable in this space is the other thing. He's really feeling a deeper level of safety of just being able to be vulnerable and not feeling like he has to be all macho all the time or has to like have this facade on, this mask on of like nothing's wrong, let me suffer in silence kind of energy, this lone wolf energy. He's really understanding that there's a deep support for him and he's transitioning and transforming into a person who can ask for help if he needs, who can call on support if he needs, who can look to his divine feminine and be like, I'm not meant to do this alone. God provided my divine feminine so that we could do this together. We could heal together. We could work together. He's tired of doing this alone. He doesn't want to do it alone, and he doesn't want you to do it alone. And so he's really working, busting out of his cocoon and really working at being of service to you, divine feminine. Like he just wants to be of service. He wants to provide. He wants to give. He wants to love. But he also knows that to be of service, he has to take care of himself. He can't pour from an empty cup. So he's really working on servicing himself too, really showing up for him and learning how to set healthy boundaries, how to say no to things that are taking his energy and that are taking his focus and that were really just distractions to him before. It really feels like a lot of the divine masculines, they were really working on overworking themselves and staying really busy and just really trying to focus on all these other things so that they didn't have to feel their feelings or they didn't have to think about how they may have hurt or upset their divine feminine. Like they were really numbed out in this space. But the divine masculine's like, yeah, no more of that. Like I can be of service, but I need to do it from a place of just really being love and peace and harmony because that's what he desires with you. Like he desires to bring that to your life and to be a part of that instead of just trying to provide. It's like, he's really seeing that his job is not to just provide and like give you a safe space, but that his attention and his love and his time is really what he needs to provide to you for you to start to blossom and open up to divine feminine. Wow, that's like a really beautiful message. That's really, really beautiful. The other thing he's working through is just being really patient with the process and being patient with himself. He transforms as he heals, as he's learning that he is a divine being, that he is love, that he's enough. That's another thing is that he's having to be patient with, is having to release this misaligned belief about himself, like thinking that he has to go out and earn his worth, that he has to go out and show that he is deserving of love and knowing that he's enough. Like he's really having to be patient as he transforms these misaligned beliefs in his heart and his mind, but he's doing it. And he's also asking for you to be patient with him, divine feminine, and that you nurture yourself in the process. Like know that he's taking care of him and he needs you to take care of you. He really desires to know that you're okay. If you have blocked him or you're not talking to him, like really allow yourself to open up your heart in this space. If you don't feel confident in reaching out, that's completely okay. But allow your energy to be open so that he can feel that and he can feel safe to reaching out to you and opening up to you. So divine feminines, really nurture yourself in every way that you can and really know that he's focused on having success with you, divine feminines. He desires to be in a successful union with you. And he knows in order to have a successful union, he has to work on himself. And so that is what he is doing. If you feel like maybe my divine masculine isn't awake or he isn't working on himself and I'm doing all this stuff by myself, he's like, no, like you can't because we're twin flames, we're one. So if he's like saying, if you're working on you, then no, I'm working on me. Like you loving you is you also loving me and vice versa. The other message he wants for you, divine feminine, is that he doesn't want you to like feel that you are alone in this because you're not. I want to know what the divine masculine is thinking about his divine feminine. What is it that he's thinking about the divine feminine? He wants to speak up. He wants to speak to you, divine feminine. He wants to talk to you. He wants to hear your voice. He wants to have long conversations with you. He wants to speak up about his feelings about you, divine feminine. He wants to tell you how he deeply feels about you, is wanting to know that he sees you. He sees your power. He just finds you so fierce and so just feminine and just so inspiring and empowering. He literally just loves when you stand in your power. He just finds you so sexy, is what I keep hearing. You're so sexy. And he's like, and not even like a sexual way. It's like just your energy is just so enticing. It's so inviting. And he like looks at you and he's like, oh, that is my woman. He just feels so proud. Oh my God, the divine masculine just feels so proud of you, and he just adores you. That's just the energy that's coming. It's just a lot of just deep love, and like, I just adore her. He is also thinking that you are really prioritizing yourself. That's another thing that he finds just very attractive about you, is that you're prioritizing yourself. You're knowing your worth, you're knowing your value, and he wants you to know that he sees that too, and he's so proud of you for not allowing things in your past to keep you from rising and becoming just this strong divine feminine. The other thing that he is feeling about his divine feminine is that she is just facing all of these things that are coming up in her life, and she's doing it with such grace. Like, he feels that you are just so regal and just so, like, I'm hearing royalty. Like, he just sees you in this divine light. It's almost like you could do no wrong, divine feminine. He just sees you as this divine, beautiful being who, of course, has her flaws and has these things that she has to work through. But in his eyes, you are perfection, divine feminine. And he really just loves that you are his. That's really what it is like he's fully claiming you in his heart and really desires to be claimed by you. What is the divine masculine feeling in his heart at this moment for his divine feminine? Ooh, I love this. In his heart, divine feminine, he is open to love. He is opening his heart to love. And he's really working on tuning out the distractions of the outside world, because he really just desires to be in this inner world with you. He literally will be in what feels like the most distracting place, and he can tune it all out and go into his heart, and he finds so much peace because he finds you there. And it's like, it doesn't matter how busy it is. He could be on a subway, he could be on a train, he could be in the middle of like wherever, and all he has to do is close his eyes and he sees your face, and it just takes him to this place where he just feels so loved, and he's so open to having that in his reality. And so he's working on really just tuning out all the distractions, literally letting go of all the things that no longer serve him, and he's opening himself to love because he is just ready for it. He's ready for your union. He is ready to be with you now. He does not want to wait anymore. And he is working through just letting go of all those like last little things that are kind of holding him in that space of not just moving forward, but it really feels like he's going to be moving forward, divine feminine. I get a card for what the divine masculine's next action step to his divine feminine. What is his next action step to his divine feminine? We have surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key is to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup. You may approach the situation more calmly. Yeah, so his next action step, he's really working on coming from a place of just being really calm and peaceful. He really wants to be like the smooth entrance, but for the most part, he's just letting go of frustration about how he's shown up in the past so that he can show up authentically. What else is the next action step the divine masculine is going to take for it? The divine feminine. We have surrender denial, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. So there is a little apprehensive of like feeling like maybe the divine feminine won't fully accept him. And it really feels like there's a little bit of fear that he's working through, a little bit of frustration of like, maybe she won't see that I've changed. Maybe she won't see that I am a different man, but that's not going to stop him. Like, I really feel like he's going to go right in and be like, I'm just going to show her whether or not she believes me or not. I'm going to show her that I am different because she is worth it. That's what I'm hearing. She is worth it. And I'm ready to move forward into showing her the love that she deserves. The next card that came out is surrendering your ego and surrendering negative thinking. So yeah, he really is working on letting go of this denial, this frustration, letting go of the ego and the negative thinking, because you are so worth it, divine feminine. And like, he is so just like, I am over being in this energy of fear and not thinking that I'm worth her time and energy and love. And he is making moves because he is ready to be in union with you. It's what he desires. And he knows in his heart that you're the only one for him. He really knows that you're the only one who makes him feel the way that he does. You're the only one who gets him to open up. You're the only one that he shares his dreams and his fears and his desires with. You're the only one that he feels that he can truly be himself, that he can like open up and remove this mask and allow himself to be completely vulnerable and seen. And he just feels so wanted by you, Divine Feminine. And he really just wants to cater that. He wants to honor that and protect that. And he wants to love it and expand it as much as possible. So if you're wondering if your Divine Masculine loves you or if he even cares, because sometimes their actions can mirror back to us not feeling like we're not cared for or we're not wanted, that is not the truth. Your Divine Masculine absolutely wants everything with you and only you. Can I get what is on the Divine Masculine mind right now about his Divine Feminine? It says, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. Yeah, so it really feels like he wants you to know, like, he sees you as just stunningly beautiful. Like, he feels like everything reminds him of you. There is nothing that he can't go anywhere. He can't be anywhere without thinking of you or something reminding him of you. And he's just like, her beauty just is like, it's just an awe. And the picture that is on this card is like the leaves changing and you have all these beautiful different colors. So definitely like that energy of fall. I don't know about you guys, but I love fall because I just love all of the colors. I love that things are changing, and that really is going to like show also the energy of Divine Masculine just changing and evolving and becoming something that is just super beautiful. And he hopes that you see that in him, that he really is changing. And then his last card for you guys is surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off, and taking action will attract success. Yeah, so he's done procrastinating, working through not being with you. He's over it. He's done with it. He's like, I keep thinking I have to be perfect in order to show up. I need to have this, this, and this in order to provide for her. I need to have all these accomplishments and things before I can really be the man that she needs. He's done procrastinating. He knows that all you need is him. His love, his time, attention. You are his true divine love. You are his true love. And he is done putting it off. He knows that the only way he can really elevate and move to that next level is having you by his side, Divine Feminine. What I would invite you to do now, Divine Feminine, is to ask yourself what you want to know from your Divine Masculine. I am going to pull from the Angel Answer cards. So think of a question that you would love to ask your Divine Masculine and just really surrender into your heart. And whatever the answer is going to be perfect for you. Make sure you just go within and you sit with it. You take it to God. But your Divine Masculine wants to give you the answer that you need. So think of your question. I will pull a few cards. The first card is don't stop. I love that. Keep going, Divine Feminine. And the next card is big happy changes. I love that. And our last card that comes out here is within the next few weeks to the next few months. So whatever you asked, keep doing it. Don't stop. You have big happy changes coming within the next few weeks to the next few months, but time is an illusion. Just keep claiming it. Keep trusting that what it is that you desire is coming. Your Divine Masculine is here right now. He chooses you right now. He's healing for your union, and he is helping you bring this together because he desires nothing but you, Divine Feminine. You are everything that he wants. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep choosing your union, and everything will fall into place. Definitely like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me all the way to the end. I hope that you love this message. You are absolutely supported in your journey, and everything is going to work out in your favor because that is what you choose, and that is what your Divine Masculine chooses for your union as well. And remember that your choice is so powerful. So much love to you. Take care. Bye-bye.